Well, hi everyone. Welcome back to Frankenmuth. We've ended up missing some time here. I did a recording, and of course the microphone didn't record anything. So I'm skipped into September. Um, we ended up getting a lot of rain the end of the last episode, and we ended up getting um, so much that we couldn't do anything. So we ended up skipping to September. I've got um, one of the tractors and tedders running, getting the straw spread out here to try and get it to dry. And while we're doing that, I'll show you around with what else we've done. So we've got a whole bunch of grain to be going out for wheat. Papa, Fruit Farms, Go Cow Dairy, Farm Depot, and Spicer's Bakery. They're looking at about 150,000 liters worth of wheat. So I've got the first 50,000 on this truck already. We've got about 150,000 worth of oats for Saga Farms and Toby Small. We're going to try and get them out here when we get a few minutes to spare. The Bennett Equestrian, Ranger Ed Zoo, and Rosie's Decorations, they have their 4 bales still sitting over in the field, and I'm going to pick them up and throw them onto my new truck and trailer that just finally arrived here. I've been using my father-in-law's blue one, but I ended up getting a black F450, brought it across from Ontario, and we'll use it over here. But their 4 bales are sitting out there, so there's 14 squares and one big, so we'll deliver them to them. And then Clarkson Equestrian, they were looking for 24 bales of 14, sorry, 20 bales of 14. And I've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16 there right now. So we're going to need to do another few bales off of the oat straw. And then that truck will be completed to be able to go to Clarkson. So the plan for today is I'm going to grab my pickup. Let's get it out in the field and get those 4 bales on so they're loaded to go to Bennett, Ranger, and Rosie's. I'll show you how that grapple worked on the 720. I love it. It was awesome. And actually what I might do is I might cut some stuff in right now of me actually loading up that truck. It worked fabulous. And then I also had a bunch of footage that I took of the JCB. I was able to grab one of the double, triple grapples for the JCB, and I've got them all put away in the barn. So I may put that in here right now, put a little bit of music to it so you can see that. And then when we come back, we'll jump to taking the truck and trailer. So I got an F350. It's a 2021. I just went with single axle on the back, single tires on the back, and then the Brant trailer I picked up from actually the dealer that I used to work for. They weren't using it anymore, but it's perfect for moving some small stuff around, putting the bales on, stuff like that. So we'll hop in there. We'll get this thing over to the field so that we can get those bales put on. And then plan for today is we're going to get the Ripper running or the Landall, one of the two. Probably the Landall is what we're going to get running to start with, and we'll get the this field worked up while the Tedder's running over on the other one, and then we're going to get cover crops planted in this field. So there's that. I will park that. We'll run and grab the 720. So the 720 will end up, after we do this, we're going to put it on the merger that you can see it on here in the yard. We'll use it for pulling the windrows after the Tedder's finished up, and we'll get the baler running right behind it. So another thing I've got here, the Challenger's sitting over in the shed still. Fendt has offered me a 3-year lease, 0% interest, for $13,000 a month. 3-year warranty, 3,000 hours. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, the maintenance on the Challenger will probably be as much as that, especially if something goes wrong, compared to this. So literally all I have to do is put a man and fuel in this tractor if we were to keep it. So I'm very seriously considering doing this. I'll open it up to my subscribers and people that are watching. What do you think? Should we do it or not? Throw your comments down below. Okay, so we'll run back over. I'm going to get in here and we'll just make sure everything's working properly. So I thought I'd just quickly show, here's the Tedder running with the John Deere 4455. We're just trying to fluff those windrows out just a little bit, get some air into them, get it dried up, and then we'll come along with the merger on the 720 and windrow this all up and basically have the baler running right behind it. So I thought I'd show that to you. All right, back to the 720. Okay, so fire this baby up. We'll drop the merger right where we're sitting here right now. Got the bale grab. We'll go throw those 4 bales on for Bennett, Ranger, and Rosie's. We'll get them delivered this afternoon and we'll get the episode done. There's 2. There's 3. All right, trailer. Perfect. Grab the last one. And all of that is done. All right, done. This field is officially cleared, which is awesome. Feels like it's taking forever, but at the same point, lots of stuff and lots of fun going on with doing that. All right, so we'll drop this back off. We don't need it right at the moment. Obviously, after we get the baler running, we will. But for now, back this back up and get it put back on the merger. Just let it sit there. Okay. So, we need to grab the Landall sitting at the back there. So I think what we'll do is grab the Challenger. Drop the ripper off of it and just get it put onto the Landall for today. A little overkill, but it will work because we've got the 8R sitting on the excuse me, on the big baler. So as you can see, we got everything cleaned up. The John Deere combine sitting up in the shed. The headers put away. The Kloss guys came and grabbed the 8800, so it's gone. Would love to have had it stay, but it just wasn't going to be worth it. So we'll maybe look at doing this tractor thing just from a simple cost standpoint. The 720 Fendt was kind of the reason I looked at buying it too, was the fact that there's 3-year, 3,000 hour warranty on it, and I don't have to pay anything other than the payment. So anyways, I don't know. We'll see where we go with stuff. I want to try and maintain as much money as we can here, but at the same point, we have to get this farm up to speed where it's being efficient and we're not paying huge monster amounts of repairs and everything like that on this equipment. And it's the trade-up of having used equipment on the farm, but at the same point, it gets to a point where it's contradicting itself by what you could be making on a payment on the machine and having full warranty on it versus the other way around. So, all right, well, we'll get this truck pulled over where the other truck is. As I say, I'll deliver these this afternoon, but I'd like to get this field worked up so that we can start putting the cover crops in. That'll work for that right there. Okay, so hold out. Steering assist going. I think we'll do 3. Headlands should be good. Yeah, everything looks good there. All right, we're right on the line here right now. Let's drop on it. There we go. So here we go. We're officially working up wheat stubble and getting rid of all these weeds, which is awesome. I cannot believe the fog's still hanging around at this time of the morning. It's shocking. But it is that time of year. We get the cooler nights and warmer mornings, and the dirt's still somewhat warm from the summer, and it's just what happens. So we'll get this looked after. I'll probably skip away and let this run for a little bit, and then come back, and hopefully by that point we'll have majority of this field done, and we'll be ready to start running some cover crops in. So I figured I'd better just check on this merger. He's making some really good headway here on this field. Should have this done shortly. We'll let it sit till after lunch, and then probably be able to start putting some bales in, start packing some bales. So we'll see how that goes here. As long as the sun stays out, I think we should be good here. All right, the Challenger's ripping away here. He's still got a ways to go, so I'm gonna leave him for a bit, let him keep running. What I didn't get a chance to show you because the video was screwed up was we haven't been over to the pigs and the chicken barns. So I'm going to run you over there and show you what's going on with that whole facility. And by the time we come back, I'm hoping that he's close to being done, so that we can get some stuff put in this afternoon with the cover crops. All right. Well, we'll take the truck. I'm going to drop the gooseneck right here. All right, so let's come out the end of the driveway here. You've seen the cows in the dairy barn. I hadn't shown you the beef cows here, so let's do that quickly while we're close to it. So there's 150 yearlings and some heifers that are getting up. They're getting up close to time to being ready to go. So we'll be watching that here in the next few months. But they're in there. You do the TMR mix for that barn because it doesn't have the robot, but that self-propelled makes things really quick for doing those batches for them. So, all right, oh, car coming. All right, so we'll run down the side road here and show you the other animals that are on this farm. And I'll be honest with you, the reason that these animals are here is to keep that digester running. We're obviously making some money with the birds, especially. Pork is always a fluctuating market, and if you are at a good time, you can make some pretty decent money off of it. Other times, not so much. But the manure that comes off of these animals is absolutely phenomenal for that digester. So we take all the chicken manure, it goes in there, it's all dry packed, and then everything coming off of the pigs is all liquid. And they've got a trailer that the custom guy that does our manure, he drags everything from the pig barn over to the digester for us with one of his tankers. And from the chicken barns, we just use one of our big dump trailers that we've got. All right, so we'll pull in here. This is the pig barns. External manure storage. There's also slots underneath each barn. We've got our straw storage over here for bedding. We've got one of these R640 Kubota loaders with pallet forks just for moving things around, and then obviously the bale spears to be able to put the straw in for bedding. So we've got one barn, and I'll show you here on the animals just because it's easier to see it. So one of the pigs barns, we've got 4-month pigs in it. We've got some 1-month pigs that have just been taken away from their moms, and they're in there for farrow to finish. And then we've got another barn worth of 4 months, and then we'll get into the chickens when we get over there. So, so these will be the older, and these might even be the little ones. And then over here we're gonna have the little. So those are the babies there, and then we should have the 4 months probably down in this part. Yeah. So those will be pulled in and out as the batches of them finish off, and then all of the manure out of our manure system here and the big lagoon will get taken over to the digester. All of the feeds for these barns are looked after by the contracted group that we're sending them to, so they'll come in with a couple truckloads every couple days and get them fed. So right now I believe everything was looking good for food. Yeah, they've got lots of it there, so they'll probably be coming in here in the next few days to do that. But that's how we do it here on this set of barns for these pigs. I would consider maybe going even more if the money was there to be able to do it. Probably would rather do the chickens, to be honest with you. But anyways, that's the pigs. And then the barns you can see straight ahead of us, that's the chickens. So we'll turn up the side road, go across the main here, and we'll head into that yard. So I'm not a livestock person at all. I've always been an equipment cash crop type thing, but there is the benefits of this whole thing being set up because of the fact that we can technically run organic with all the manure going into that digester and the digestate coming back out. It's also producing hydro to run the farm for us. So we're our own little ecosystem here basically for this farm to be able to run things. So here we go. So here's the babies that we've just put in. So there's 1,000 of them in here. And we've got 2-month-olds. And there's 1,000 of them. So they'll start laying eggs soon. Once they get up to their growths. And then in here, we've got 2-month-olds again, another 1,000 of them. And then the last barn again will be the chicks. All the manure out of these barns and the bedding goes into the barns, and then this is the actual outsourced barn that we're using the manure to store and come out. So we're gonna have a bunch of manure to be able to get rid of here shortly, and again, it'll go over to the digester. If we can't get it into the digester, we can always spread it if we need to. The chickens have such a high potency for nitrogen and everything like that, it could go straight onto the ground if it wanted to. And then we'll come back this way for a minute. And this farm has a nice shed on it. We can use it for storing equipment or whatever we need to if we want. And there's an R640 in here as well with the pallets, forks, and the bale spears, and that's for getting all the straw and bedding into the animals here. So we use the bale storage at the pig barns, and then we put it on a truck and we'll move it down here and unload and just do that with the chickens. They don't need as much. Now I was looking at possibly getting, there's a straw buster that's supposed to be coming out. I would consider buying one of those for the chickens just because it's easy, and then we can just back it in and bust them up and away we go. So we're gonna head back in this direction, but what we're gonna do is show you on the map. So we're right at this crossroads where the pigs are. We come down and turn at the next side road. That takes us back into here, which is our fertilizer and seed company. I'm going to stop back in there and grab a pallet of seed. They've got some custom made cover crops for us. There's vetch, buckwheat, peas. I can't remember the other ones. Double cut clover, some other things like that. It's a 5 or 6 piece mix. So I'm going to scoot over there. Whoop. I'm going to scoot over there if I don't run into somebody first and pick up that pallet. And while the guys are finishing up with the Challenger, I can get the drills unfolded and get that seed put in so that we're ready to start putting stuff in the ground. Now, something else to be talked about here is that I was saying that we have a custom guy that comes in and does all of our manure, and he does all of our hauling. He's got a couple truck with tanks on it, and he has a new version of a 5-wheeled interrogator like what I used to run back in the day, but it's made by Oxbow, and he's purchased one and brought it here, and as a result he's able to I gotta check the map here. Nope, next one. Where did I go too far? I went. Oops. Anyways, he's got that with a high-speed disc on the back end of it, so he's going to be able to inject for us. So once the cover crops are in and they've got some establishment, we'll probably put manure on them that way and be ready to go for spring with that manure access. So that'll be I got probably in November we'll be doing that. So I'll see you in a minute. I'm just going to pull up the drive here and grab that pallet of seeds, and we'll be on our way. All right. Well, what they ended up doing is putting all the bags into a Pro Box, and then got to put the lid on it. But we'll drive slow and get back to the farm and be able to get that put into the seed drill. We'll see it when we get back over there. So he's getting along pretty good. We'll be on the headlands here shortly. Haven't brought the pallet forks for the 720 yet, so I'm going to pull in over at the dairy barn. We'll grab the Landall, we'll grab the JCB. I don't even know it. The only place I've got pallet forks is actually at the that bale spear to pick it up. Okay, there we go. If I'd want to do that every single time, we'll have to make sure we get those pallet forks here. If we don't have one for the PCB, we'll make sure that we get some. But right now, if I just had it for the 720, I'd be okay with that. Alright, well, I'm going to leave this right here. And I'm going to grab the 8410, which has got the drills on it. They're old drills, but they work. Put it on the field and fold them out. And we should be able to there we go. Okay, and let's see if we can get some seeds put in here. Go. Boy, that took a lot more than I thought it was going to take. Well, I'm going to get them to bring out another tote and I'll get that filled up here in a minute. All right, so seed company didn't give me enough seed on the truck, obviously. They just left. I've got this pallet here now. It's about 45 minutes, of course, of time here waiting for them to get things over to me. But this should get the other drill filled up enough that we can run. I'm going to check on the guys with the Landall and probably going to call it for this episode. But we're set up ready to put some cover crops in the ground, which is awesome. And looking forward to getting some field work done rather than baling straw and combine. All right, well, we're pretty much set up ready to go here. Just going to pull this up out of the way so that he can finish doing his headland passes, and we'll be ready to plant on the beginning of the next episode. So that's perfect. Really want to thank everyone for watching these videos, and that you are in fact enjoying both Frankenmuth and the horse farm. I'm having a ton of fun trying to figure out how to make this all work to show how things are done real and doing all that stuff, but it is a work in progress. So I'll try and do the best I can moving forward, and remember to actually check the mic on the next one so that it works. But anyways, I want to say thanks to everybody for watching. I'll try and get this set up so that we're ready to start actually planting in the next video, and we'll move into the second part of September at some point with some haymaking and finish the baling up and more cover crops. So with that, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.